Hello, my name is Yana. I live in a forest and I make things. And I have a little problem. You see, I have been working on my accidental masterpiece over here. This is a quilt top that I accidentally made out of leftovers from a different project. And I have been pinning it to a puppy quilt that's on this wall. Let me show you. Here's what happened. I had this quilt on the wall. Right, and I was working on this thing, and this thing is going to live in this space because I made it with the idea that it's going to be a wall hanging for this place so that I can give this quilt back to the dogs. It's a puppy quilt. So I pinned it to this puppy quilt and I pinned the border around it to see how it looks because I wasn't sure, maybe it's a bit too dark. Turns out that it's perfect, it's going to look amazing. But I thought, well, I made binding. Maybe I can pin the binding to it, but I cannot realistically pin the binding to it because it's a bit too small. Maybe it's time to figure out something in the design wall category. But here's the problem. As some of you know, I live in a mansard. This way you can see just kind of the shape of the roof, so I don't have a lot of vertical walls. The wall behind me is slanted. The wall behind you has a window in it. So this is a vertical wall, but it's a bit small and it has a door in it, which is kind of important. And this vertical wall, like I could have put shelves here, I didn't. It also has a door in it and it's kind of small. What do? I think I'm going to make a design wall using a curtain rod, but it's going to be kind of in the middle of the room. In here. Here's the idea. I have this rod. It's 220 centimeters long, which is a little bit longer than 7 feet. It doesn't fit. It's 28 millimeters in diameter, which is a little bit more than an inch. And I'm going to hang it right here. This way I can use it, I can hang something like a duvet or something off of it and use it as kind of a makeshift design wall. I can also hang hangers from it if I need to, because it kind of also is a problem. I have nowhere to hang like a dress when I'm working on it. I might buy some curtains later, and by the way, it's going to hide all of this mess. So that's the plan. I cannot go any higher than the corner of this door over here. So it's not going to be very tall, but it's going to be better than nothing, and I'll be able to display some of my work while I work, which would be nice. But my main thing is that I don't want to spend any more money on this project. Several months ago, I was going to stay in Moscow for a while, and I bought this curtain rod hanger. Well, 2 of them. I bought them. They're made out of oak. They're really cool things, and they work with those rods from a hardware store. But they kind of rely on being mounted onto a vertical wall, because the mounting system is, there's this thing and it has threads on this side which go into the hanger, and it's held in place by a screw that's on top. So it kind of, if it's mounted at an angle like so, it's going to pull on this thing, and I don't think that that's good. So I'm not going to use this beautiful thing. It's going to wait for I don't know how long until I can find a wall suitable for this. hanger. But I found a hack online. There was a lady showing that she made a curtain rod hanger out of a couple strips of leather. I don't have any leather on me, but I found this strap material. I'm going to be making a bag. It's in a future video, but I have it. And I'm just going to screw it to a wall and put my rod on there like so, and it's going to hold and it's going to be able to work as a curtain rod. But leather, from the original video, it doesn't unravel, and this thing can unravel quite easily, so I'm going to close the loop. I'm going to just sew it closed like so. I'm just going to stitch in here, and this is going to be a closed loop, and I'm going to screw it somewhere around here, and it's going to work. In terms of other hardware, I have a couple options in my mind. First of all, I have roofing screws here, and I thought about using those because they have kind of a wider head, and they come with this rubber washer, so everything is going to stay very stable. And another option that I think about is just having a regular screw like this and using a washer with it. So I found a washer, I found a screw, and I think that this is the way to go, because those roof things are a little bit, they're not meant to be used in here. So just let's assemble the thing and see what happens. If you don't know how to make a loop, I'll show you how to make a loop. First of all, I'm going to make sure that my two straps are exactly the same. And hopefully they will stay exactly the same as I'm going through my process. Step 1, overlap. Just take this thing, close it, and overlap a little bit. And I'm going to thread baste it because I tried doing it on a machine and it didn't work. But because it doesn't work because the loop is too short, and there's no way for me to pin it realistically. I could pin it, or I could just do a stitch on a machine, but as soon as I'm trying to get it through a machine, it falls apart, it goes out of alignment. We don't want that, so I'm going to make sure that everything stays in place by doing a basting stitch. Let's do the same thing on the other thing. Doing them side by side like this is my childish way of ensuring that they are that they stay the same size, because it's very easy to get them out of alignment. So I'm just trying to better my chances of making sure that everything is the same. It's kind of important. Here I have my two loops basted, and they are they still the same size? And they are still the same size. The next step is to hide the raw ends like so, and attempt to put it through a machine. If it doesn't work, I will happily stitch it closed by hand. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit through a machine, so I'm just going to close it by hand. It's going to take me absolutely No time at all. The stitches don't have to be subtle. They can be very much visible. They just happen to be invisible in my case, and I'm just doing a run-in stitch. I could have used a double thread, I think, but I just need to make sure that it's holding. Here is my first loop finished. I couldn't get out the basting thread. I couldn't get it out, not quite, but it doesn't matter that much. So we won't see this connection. It's going to be facing a wall. So I'm going to just put a screw through here, and yeah, nobody's gonna know. Let's make another one. Here are my two finished loops. They still are exactly the same. I did a good job. Now I'm going to go and have lunch, and after that I'm going to find my laser level. I do own my own laser level, and I'm going to measure out where I want the rod to go. With an easier wall, I wouldn't have to get the laser out. I just tend to eyeball everything I do, but because this wall is kind of awkward and I cannot measure from the ceiling, I cannot measure from the floor because it's slanted, and the best way to go is to use a laser level. If I didn't have a laser level, I would probably put some strips of painter's tape on the wall and just look at it for some time, and then I would go for it. And if it's crooked, I would unscrew it and screw it again, because that's how I do things. But I'll see you later with a level. We have a common issue in this house that if we do something by eyeballing it, it looks okay. If we do something using a level, it looks crooked because the house is crooked. But right now this thing is crooked. It looks okay, and I don't think that I'm going to make it any better by doing it exactly by level. It was exactly by level, but I changed the position of this loop, so Now it's eyeballed, but that's not it. Now I need to attach the rings and find something to hang from it. So here is my finished little project, my finished design wall. It's not perfect. It has its flaws, like because it's just hanging. You cannot really pin into it. You have to hold it from the back with another hand to pin it properly, but it still is better than nothing. I used a big green quilt that I finished this year because I just didn't want to go looking for something else to pin it to, and right now I don't want to spend any more money on this. So it will do. Maybe I'll replace it with a duvet or something, but for now works great. It took about an hour to make, like an honest hour. I was running back and forth to the workshop and stuff. If I had leather, it would have taken even less time because I wouldn't have to connect the loop. I would just hang it from the thing. And yeah, very quick and easy project and cheap. I had to spend money on the rod. You buy it at a DIY store, like a lumber yard, where all the trim is sold. Like, I think it's called a dowel. You would use it like to make a handle for a shovel or something. That's what it is. It costs very little money. And the other thing that I did invest in is a set of rings. I have two because I have two rods and I was going to make this doubled thing, but I don't think I'm going to use the second one now. I might use it somewhere else for something else. I might make some temporary display somewhere where I need it, or you can always use a stick. But yeah, I had to buy those. Those are really handy, but not very expensive. So it's a very budget-friendly project for a design wall, especially if you don't have a lot of walls. I hope that this video was short. I hope that it was helpful. I hope to see you sooner rather than later, but I might take a week off because I want to work on some hand quilting. And when I'm making fun, interesting, shiny new projects, I don't work on my hand quilting, so I might just take a little break. But I hope to see you soon, and I hope that you're doing well. So yeah, bye.